Earlier in the show, we touched on all the management changes at Toyota last week. That included the appointment of former General Motors executive Mark Hogan to Toyota's board of directors. Hogan is only the second non-Japanese ever appointed to the board and the first non-Toyota employee. Here's the backstory to this development. Mark Hogan was a rising star at General Motors. After starting at the electromotive division, he was awarded a scholarship to get his MBA at the Harvard Business School. And then he went on to work at GM's New York Treasurer's office. Let me tell you, for more than half a century, a Harvard MBA and a stint in the Treasurer's office was the definitive career path for all of GM's chairmen. Hogan started moving up the ranks at GM, and when it formed its joint venture with Toyota, what they called New United Motors Manufacturing, Inc., more commonly known as NUMMI, Hogan was one of the first GM executives assigned to go there. Toyota also sent one of its rising stars, a guy named Akio Toyoda. The two worked closely together and formed a lasting friendship. Years later, Hogan was assigned to GM do Brasil, where he put his knowledge of the Toyota production system to practice, making GM do Brasil one of the most efficient operations within the company. Hogan also laid the groundwork for a revolutionary approach to vehicle production involving modular assembly with the modules made by suppliers. They called it Blue Macaw, and it dramatically cut costs. Based on that success, Hogan was called back to the States and assigned the task to figure out how GM could make small cars profitably in America with UAW labor. He borrowed the same ideas from Blue Macaw, only this time they named it Project Yellowstone, and they announced their intentions to implement it in GM plants in Lordstown, Ohio and Lansing, Michigan. But then UAW President Stephen Yokich, a combative and, in my opinion, a mean-spirited man, went ballistic. He spoke derogatively of Hogan and demanded that GM fire him. Sure enough, GM muzzled Hogan and hustled him off to some made-up new venture called EGM. Supposedly, it was a new effort to harness the internet to make GM more competitive, but no one at GM, not even Hogan, could clearly explain what EGM was all about. He hung around for a while, but then left the company. The EGM effort was quietly shut down after that. I always wondered what would have happened if Hogan had been allowed to make Project Yellowstone work. Maybe the company would have still gone bankrupt, but who knows? Maybe it would not have. What we do know for sure is that Toyota is going to be the beneficiary of Mark Hogan's knowledge and experience, something that's going to help Akio make the Japanese automaker become an even fiercer competitor.